Good day all, welcome back to South Africa, and this is South African Prepper. So I've got two pieces of news that I would like to share with you today. So the first one is a tweet from Thuli Modensela. Most of you should know her. So I'll quickly put the tweet up for you. So the first part basically says that people that want to live needs to leave. People that wants to live needs to leave. Sounds like a threat to me. And then the middle part is gibberish. I really can't understand what she's trying to say. And then the last part, she talks about land that is given to black South Africans needs to be transformed into a 99-year lease. Now, we have on this channel spoken about the fact that the government won't give black people title deeds. They will indeed give them leases. So there's a whole lot of risk involved when it comes to 99-year leases. And only a small percentage of banks in South Africa will actually give a loan against a 99-year lease. And then the second video. The second video is very interesting. I love this. I think this is the first time that the Americans have explained to us on video, on record, how they feel about South Africa and how they feel about the ambassador washing out his mouth in the US, under the US flag, and the reasons why the relationship is the way it is. Enjoy this video. Please like, share and subscribe. We're going to be moving over to Rumble as well, link in the description. And if you want to support this channel, link in the description if you want to buy the Farmer a coffee. God bless and enjoy.
Thanks. Can I go back to South Africa, the ambassador?
Sure.
The secretary, of course, had his ex posted on Friday. Could you explain a little bit the reasons? It's quite an extraordinary step. I was looking back, I mean, if I'm not mistaken, even in the height of tensions with Russia, there was no expulsion of the ambassador and no PNG there. What is it? I mean, essentially, this is remarks that the ambassador made at a think tank or at a conference that were critical. What I'm getting is, should other ambassadors be on alert? Can they not criticize President Trump without fear of being expelled?
Well, I think it's not about criticism. This was the equation of the president and the country with white supremacy. It was an allegation that casts such an awful light on the nature of the country, on individuals. It is. I mean, if we don't have a standard about the nature of someone who is in this country, who is supposed to be a diplomat to help facilitate the relationship between two countries, and that this is the standard of it, you know, we deserve better. We've had a decent level of diplomacy with South Africa. There are some challenges, but you want people in each embassy who can actually facilitate a relationship. And these remarks were unacceptable to the United States, not just to the president, but to every American. They were pretty much obscene when it came to the nature of what was alleged. So that is, I think, at the very least, what we should expect is a standard of some respect, basic, low-level respect, if you're in a position that is going to help facilitate any kind of diplomatic relationship with another country. This particular individual certainly didn't meet that standard, and it is a message to people of what America expects, what the president expects, what the Secretary of State expects, what this whole administration expects when it comes to treatment of the nation itself and as a result of the people in this country. And so that's why it was done.
Could you just expand on that? South Africa today said that it wants to have a better relationship with the United States. Are you open to that? I mean, there's been other, the Secretary of State away from the G20. Are you of the view that South Africa can repair the relationship despite the criticism that's come from this building?
Well, I think both the President and the Secretary of State have made it clear what the problems are and what they have an issue with when it comes to South Africa. The unjust land expropriation law, as well as its growing relationship with countries like Russia and Iran. That's what prompted the serious review of our South Africa policy, which continues to be underway. They have taken also, the South African government, aggressive positions toward the United States and its allies, including accusing Israel, not Hamas, of genocide in the International Court of Justice, and reinvigorating its relationship with Iran to develop commercial, military, and nuclear arrangements. So this isn't one just of demeanor or decorum, however they add into it. This is a matter of a nation that is, we've again made it very clear, taking steps that are not in the interest, the best interest of providing a safe, secure, more prosperous America, let alone world, when it comes to the decisions they're making. So all of this is under review, but obviously part of it is, within the diplomacy of it, is to encourage a change in policy and posture. Of course that would be the point. The point is to encourage a change. What I've seen with the trips we've made with the diplomatic adventures, of course, as well as the G7 summit in Canada, is the nature of the Secretary of State is to make things better for people. It is not to punish or to target people or countries. It's the nature of changing policy and creating better environments for all of us. And I've seen that in motion in every dynamic. And that's the case here with South Africa as well.